guys? What's up? I just saw a hilarious joke while I was about to click the start thingy. I want to read it. Someone said, oh, Chase says, why was the cow afraid? Why, Chase? Because he was a cow herd. Get it? Because this is cow. And there's some high schoolers here. Hi, high schoolers. We have herds. I love it. Great joke. Guys, it is the best to be with you guys. I like you guys. It always makes me, honestly, so happy seeing all your names in the chat. So if you're watching, hanging out, just chilling with your family or on your phone with your feet up in your bedroom, pop onto the chat. Just say hi. It is the best place to hang out. People are throwing out jokes. Riley Banta's eating ice cream, and then we had an ice cream avalanche. Everyone was eating ice cream except for Daniel Epley because Daniel didn't get any ice cream, and just hilarity. Chase hitting us with great jokes. I love it. Let me know how you are doing, how your week was in the chat. I am so glad to see you guys. What's up? What's up? Hey, before we jump into everything, I want to just real quick, I want to pray to start us off, but to give us a little. So it's something I want to pray for. Today was a big day. You may not have noticed that today was a pretty important day in our country's life. We inaugurated a new president today, and some people are psyched about it. Some people are angry about it. There's a lot of emotions. There's a lot of things going on in our world right now. It's something that just a reminder from the Bible that I think is helpful. And then we'll pray for our country. We'll pray for Cal. We'll pray for our church. In the book of Isaiah, the prophet Isaiah shares this wisdom. He says that nations rise and fall, rulers come and go, but the Lord is forever. God, the God we serve is bigger than any country. He is bigger than anything. We are citizens of his kingdom. And so it's sometimes tempting. We get so caught up in the little things here and there. We get so caught up in differences and we want to fight each other. But let's be reminded the God that we serve is the God of every single one of us. No matter who you wanted to be president, whether you're excited or you're angry, whoever you are, we serve the same God. And it's because of that unity, because of that similarity that we can come together. We can serve God's kingdom together. We can serve the poor together. We can encourage each other. We can love each other. We can be united together in the presence of our one God. So I'm going to pray for us. God, be with us. Be with Cow today. Help us to know that you are the greatest, that you love us. God, even when the world feels crazy, when it feels like the world is exploding around us, remind us that you are our God, that we need not have any fear because you are with us, because you are for us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, guys, I want to jump into one thing. Let's also make sure I'm seeing a couple things. I haven't been paying attention to the chat because I was talking, but let's make sure we're not throwing super political things out and arguing in the chat. That would not be super helpful. I want us to stay united as Cow, united together. One thing we have been doing by popular demand, we have been checking in on our friend Elmer every week. Elmer is Claire's puppy. He has come to every Cow this school year, I believe, and we've been checking on him. We set up an Elmer camp so we could check on Elmer, see how he's doing. Let's see how Elmer's doing. You guys want to check in on Elmer? Yeah? I assume everyone is saying, yeah, Elmer. All right, Elmer cam. Let's see what we got. Elmer. Hi, Elmer. Hi, Elmer. Look at that guy. He's just sitting on his bed. Oh, what a good boy. Good, Elmer. Good stuff. All right, you guys. We are going to get into Cow. We're going to have some fun tonight. We have been playing a game a lot this school year when we've been remote where we put some sort of food on our forehead and we have a competition together, all of you guys competing against me and someone else to see if we can get that food from here to your mouth. Historically, this is done with an Oreo. Here's an example of that. You can see it over my shoulder. This way. It's so hard. You see an example, you put Oreo into your mouth. If you don't have an Oreo, grab whatever you got. If you have soup, if you have a nice, like a bowl of chili would be nice. A cup of coffee, yeah, totally works. Ice cream, I know Riley Banta, you're eating ice cream. Just throw it on your forehead. Lots of things will work, so go and grab whatever food you have. I'm going to pause here, little commercial break. Go and grab some food, and we'll gather back in just a moment. but I disagree with you. You guys should be coming back with whatever food you have. Let me know in the chat what you are going with. Daniel Epley said he's running to the soup store. We'll see if that's true or not, because I think he's actually going to be on the feed with me in just a moment. So we're about to find out. Blake Stuck is doing cheesecake. Blake, if that's true, you need to take a video of this and let me know. Your stream froze, Chase. Just refresh that, dude. All right. Michael McGowan with Reese's. Lily Pinto with gummies. I like it. Lily, are they gummy bears or gummy worms? Because that does make a difference. Keep letting me know in the chat what you got. Elmer for president. I don't think he's qualified. I think you need to be a human. I'm so sorry, Elmer. I'll still vote for you, though. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. All right, we are going to go and play this game. Find your food. I am going to jump, and this is totally live. This is all live. We did not record this earlier. I'm going to jump live and call my friends, the Epleys. We're going to see who can win the forehead food Oreo game. Let's go. What is up? I am here with Daniel and Brooke Epley. We are going to play the game where we put a thing on our forehead and try and get it to our mouths. I don't have any cookies in my house, so I have this slightly burnt piece of gluten-free toast. The kind of bummer end of it. Let me know in the chat if you like the end bit of the toast. I don't really, but I'm going to try it today. Epleys, what do you guys got?
We also don't have any cookies, so we're using these crackers. Yeah,
crackers. I love it. Daniel, you have told us in the chat a lot of times that you do this with soup. Are we finding out now that that's not true?
My mom wouldn't let me use soup for some reason. I don't know why.
She wouldn't let you today, right? Normally, you do use soup.
Yeah, normally. I don't know why. It's weird.
In my mind, you have a bowl of soup with one of those like bendy straws coming up and around, but we'll figure that out later. All right, we're going to do this. We are going to compete on here at home. Your job is to see if you can beat us. You start when we start. You guys ready?
Yeah.
On your mark. Get set. Go!
Oh, harder
than I thought. I have toast in my eye.
Wow.
How's it going over there?
Big strat.
No.
Big strat.
This is hard, guys. You gotta make a lot of noise if you can, okay?
I would very recommend soup. Soup is a lot easier than crackers. Crackers are stupid hard.
Face. No!
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna get it.
The silence is unbearable.
I can't.
We're terrible at this.
Are you doing
There's
good, Steve?
What?
Are you doing well?
Part of it.
I can't see it.
Yeah, this isn't good.
I happen to think.
No!
Did you get it?
I think it fell.
This is so. You guys look at this. All right, I'm gonna try flipping it over.
It like went over my mouth and then
Come
fell.
Come on.
Oh my gosh.
Got this. I got this.
We're terrible.
Tongue out. Get it with your tongue. Come
I
on.
can't do it.
I have a pen.
Get it. Yes. I'm laughing. No. Get it.
Ah.
Come on, stick it up.
Our dog's eating the phone.
You got it.
Yay! He got it!
You got it?
Uh-huh.
It was on my shoulder. I was trying to eat it off my shoulder. I don't know how it got there.
I was laughing.
Anyways, Daniel, you are the champion. Air fives. Well done. Let us know in the chat if you beat Daniel. Daniel, super impressive. Back to you, Steve.
Back to you, Steve.
Hey, I'm back, totally live. Nothing changed. The lighting's not different. It's totally the same, though, guys. Totally the same. Well done. Daniel, Brooke, I love you guys. We were terrible. That took so long. In the chat, I saw Lily Pinto got first place. She totally crushed us. Charlotte Garst did it quickly too. Super, super quick. I love it. Yeah, I got bread on my shoulder. It was just, I got trying to eat it like this. I don't know. Sunil, great idea. Sunil's suggesting that we make this into a winter sport. This could be winter or summer, Sunil. I think this could be at the Olympics both times. It could be the one sport that makes it in both Olympics. I think that's the idea. Very well done. Also, while I'm talking about Sunil had a baby, guys. Everyone go crazy in the chat. Woo! Soon he'll have a baby and I have 3 kids, but a little baby girl. I don't know why I did a petting motion. Sunil, don't pet your baby. That's what you do with cats. But congrats, Sunil. We love you, buddy. Maybe one day we'll set up a baby cam because we have a new Sunil Ebenezer's baby. Weird way to say that. Go bananas in the chat. That's your job. Students, go crazy. Guys, we are going to pivot now into our teaching series. We are doing a series that we call Storytellers. This is something that we do a lot of Januaries. This is something that we love doing. And what we do in Storytellers is we hear from you guys. We hear from students and from our leaders. And this is an opportunity for us to hear what has God been doing in other people's lives. When we hear the story of God's action in other people's lives, it encourages us for the journeys that we are on. So today we are going to hear from our friend Michael McGowan. He's a 7th grader. He's the man. And our good friend Rihanna Roberts, who is a Cal veteran. She is a 10th grader. Let's jump in and hear from Rihanna and Michael. Enjoy.
Hi everyone, my name's Rihanna and I'm a junior at York, and I'm going to quickly talk about 2 biggest ways I've seen God provide for me in the past months and the past year.
It's Michael. I'm a 7th grader here at Christ Church of Oak Brook, and I want to tell you a few things that I've learned about God through 2020.
The first one I would say is Him giving me strength when I am weak, and how during the countless disappointments and losses during the past year, when I've given those up to God, He has just provided strength to get through all those situations, and how even when the days aren't going great, I can still have the strength from God to find every way that I know He was there and all the goodness, and the strength to know that His plan is bigger than anything I can imagine, and He is so loving that I know that any place He needs me will be good, and it will be something that will be extraordinary.
When you take a look at 2020 as a whole, you tend to focus on all the things that were bad that happened in 2020. You had the death of Kobe Bryant, the lockdown that began in March, your summer vacation plans were probably canceled, you had all those Hong Kong protests, the death of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and even going into 2021, you've got all of these riots, and it's very chaotic. 2020 and going into 2021 was such a chaotic year.
And the second most thing is about peace, and for me, being calm and still. And I was thinking about how normally I would probably be racing around right now with activities, and I've been able to find more stillness, but I still have been a part of a good amount of clubs, even at home. And one of those biggest clubs is Drama Club, and I've always loved Drama Club, but sometimes it does get me to be very nervous or anxious about any activity we do, an audition, once a cast list is posted. And I have been thinking back about the past years, and I remember years ago when a cast list was posted and I wasn't where I wanted to be. It would take me a while to find peace and be good with what was on that cast list.
But one thing I've learned from God is that a lot of things are taken for granted. Take a look at 2020. Reflect on how 2020 was for you. Now go back to like 2019 or 2018 and actually think about all the things that you had in 2018 and 2019 when you didn't have it in 2020. Think of all the things that you actually took for granted in those years. Like, you could see your grandparents, you could go to a restaurant, You could do all of these things. You could walk into a building without a mask. Imagine. You have all of these things that now that they're gone, you don't realize how much you actually appreciated them. God is kind of telling us, appreciate these, because they're not always going to be there for you like I will. God will always be there for you.
More recently, I remember back in the fall when there was an audition and the cast list came out. I remember not seeing my name on the list and praying to God and saying, help me find my way in this, and knowing that you are good and have a plan for me. And I remember by the end of the day, I was extremely happy for every single person on that list and very excited to watch them perform. But most importantly, I was at peace with what had happened, and I was ready for God to take us. He needed me, if that was a different activity or to spend more time with friends or family, and be present in those areas that I wouldn't have been otherwise.
2020 was just like one massive black hole, just completely dark. There's nothing that you can really see. There's nothing really good. But there's always going to be, no matter how dark there is, God will always be a light, no matter how small. He will always be there. You could, take a look at 2020. Think about all the good things that you actually remember from 2020. I remember the NFL coming back. I love NFL. I love college football. I personally really loved that they came back. Among Us, speaking from a kid's perspective, that was a great part of 2020. And then you go into 2021, the light is getting brighter. The COVID-19 vaccine. I know several people who have already been vaccinated.
Over the past just over a year now, I've been reading the Bible from Genesis onward, and I just got to Daniel, and even though there were a lot of things going around me as I was reading it, God gave me the eyes to see this verse that connected perfectly to everything he's done for me recently. And it is Daniel 17 through 19. Daniel is talking to an angel, and he starts by saying, "How can I, your servant, talk with you, my Lord? My strength is gone, and I can hardly breathe. Again, the one who looked like a man touched me and gave me strength. Do not be afraid, O man highly esteemed," he said. And I believe every single way, the strength or the peace that Daniel was given, that God will do that for each and every one of you as he sees and knows all your struggles and all your most joyous times. He will be there in all of those, and when you lift those times up to God, he can do amazing things in you and through you. And I know God can provide the strength and the stillness and peace that you need throughout the next year, the next couple months, and throughout your life.
You should always appreciate even the littlest of things. No matter how dark it is in your life right now, God is always, even if it's just a little, he will always be the light in your life.
Guys, I love that. Thank you so much, Michael and Rihanna. I know at least Michael's on the chat here. Rihanna maybe with high school. High school's in person this week. So meaningful, guys. I love hearing from students. I love hearing from you guys. Some things that stood out to me that I was moved by and really want to apply to my life. Michael's input, right? This idea that sometimes we get so negative, we get so caught in like, oh, this happened, and how important it is to pause and to say, hey, you know what? there's a lot of good right now. There's a lot that I can be grateful for. I've had opportunities, even in this hard time, to grow closer to my family, to grow closer to Daniel. I looked angry for a second. But I've had opportunities to grow closer to my family and to some friends. Even though we've been locked down, I've been able to evaluate, hey, what's really important to me? And I love that ending statement, Michael, that there's always a light. There's always a light. And Rihanna focused on God's presence. God has been with us even in this hardest moment. God is with us. The Bible promises that to us, that even when the life is hard, and it will be hard sometimes, that God will always be with you. He will always be for you. Take that to your small groups. That verse that we read, or that Rihanna shared, that is the verse that we're going to talk about in our small groups. We have Zoom groups coming up here in just a sec. I'll give you those links. I'll drop those links in the chat. Let's see if I can actually drop it in the chat now. Nope, that's the wrong thing. I'm going to figure out how to drop that in the chat in just a second. But we'll get those rolling for you while I am trying to figure out what in the world I'm doing and getting that in the chat. Let's check in on Elmer. How's Elmer doing? Hi, Elmer. Oh, he's eating pizza, or not pizza. He's eating cake with his friends. What a nice thing. That makes me happy. I love it. I love it. I love it. Cool. Elmer is just hanging out, having a party with his bros. Let's see what the Epleys are doing. The Epleys, I was just hanging out with them. We set up a cam for the Epleys. Let's see what's going on in the Epleys' house. Oh, it's their dog is taking over. Woo, 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 woo. I love it. So many dogs, so many dogs. Alrighty, guys, if you want to stay up to date with what is going on at Cal and Koinonia, you can text this here. There it is. It always goes, if you are in that system, you text back to it, it goes to my phone. If you ever need help, if you're ever in crisis, anything's going on, text me. I like you guys. I'm always there for you guys. More doggo. We'll find it. We'll find him. But yeah, text those. Also, if you ever have, last week one of our Zoom groups had trouble getting into their Zoom link because I made a mistake on the Zoom link. You can always text that and I will resend it out. So if the stream ends and you're like, I can't get in, text this thing. Get in that and I will always text it out to you. I'm going to drop in the Zoom link. 1 second. Copy. Paste. Boom. It's there. Perfect. All right, the Zoom link is in the chat, or if you're feeling fancy, check it out. We have a QR code. You can take a picture with your phone, and you're going to end up in Zooms. Guys, we're going to go to Zoom. Students, have fun in Zoom. Talk about your story. Talk about that Daniel passage. But if you want to play Among Us, if you want to play Kahoot, have some fun with your squad. Totally do that. We can get a Harrington cam, Jack. You gotta talk to me, man. You gotta help me do it. You guys are the coolest. I love you all. Thank you for hanging out. Have fun in your herds, guys. Don't forget to text all of your guys and gals who maybe haven't been on. Make sure they have the link, okay? Look out for each other in that way. Bye, guys. You guys rock.